Well, hey, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It covers March 24th through the 28th. I'm going to go to the DMV this week. I'm also sharing some new recipes and some outfits that I purchased. Here we go. So my license expired yesterday. So I had to jump up and do that easy continental breakfast. It don't open till 8:30, but our DMV be packed. And I'm going to try to get the star license this time. Even though I have my passport, I'm going to try to get the star license. And I'm going to probably spend some time in the DMV. I hope not. I hope it's an easy process. Who knows? We shall see. Here goes nothing. Okay, so I have my important information that I can hopefully get a star on my license. And I have me some coffee. I'm going to take my book bag and I'm going to take my tablet and my journal because they don't open until 8:30 and it's now 7:30. So I'll have an hour, but I'm trying to beat the big crowd. Gotta grab some cash out of here. This is my DMV cash because I don't know how much it's going to be. I haven't had my license renewed quite a while. Since it may take me a little while, I decided to grab a cinnamon raisin bagel to help tie over my tummy. It's trafficking this morning. Even though it's not raining currently, it was raining all night. So the sky's still a little gray, a lot gray, matter of fact, but gotta get this done. So I didn't dress up too much for the occasion because I see on my picture they don't really even do like they cut off maybe right here, so it's okay. But I'm comfortable today. But anywho, I just hope it's an easy process. I really do. All I can think about is that episode of Martin where he went to the DMV. Because I haven't been in a while, so let's see. We're gonna see how it goes. Oh, I see the line already. And yes, they have a line already. Looks like they are letting people in. So, yay me. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, 7. Somebody told me wrong. I could have been in here.
Now serving A800 for at counter 5. Now serving A800 for at counter 5. Now serving D989 at counter 1. Now serving D989 at counter 1. Now serving D993 at counter 1. Now serving D993 at counter 1.
I knew I needed my social security card. I forgot all about it. So I got to go back home and get the social security. The sort of good thing is they're not as busy, but and I don't live too far away from it. But I'm hoping, because I think most people think they open at 8:30 like I did. So hopefully I can go and get back before it gets overcrowded. And I'm not even sure why I don't keep my social security card in my wallet. I guess because I don't ever use it, like ever. So, but anywho, here we go. to the DMV. Thank you. Numbers changed. So, maybe that's a good thing.
Now serving D5 at counter 4. Now serving D5 at counter 4.
Left to right on the bottom there. Gotcha. What are we trying to do? To just renew?
Yes,
Okay.
I had to go get my. What else you want?
Birth certificate. You said you was getting a star.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Need a passport and 2 proofs of residence. You have a bill or something with your name on it? Vehicle
Gas bill is
registration?
on my phone.
Okay, I can't take that. You have your vehicle registration in your car?
For the tag.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Go get that. Oh my gosh. Now I have to get a bill, 2 proofs. So she told me to go get my tag registration. Oh my God, is it that serious? Come on now. I guess this is it. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Thank you. Okay. Lordy, lordy, lordy. So now these are void. They actually have a stamp that says void. Oh my gosh. So this is basically one of the easiest marinades for chicken that I like to do. Today I'm going to grill mine on top of the stove. But either way, if you're going to bake it, grill it, I love this marinade. So we're going to start with some extra virgin olive oil. We're going to do quite a bit here because we're also going to reserve a little bit of this later so that we can baste some of the chicken with. And then we're going to add some soy sauce. Going to add some balsamic vinegar. Some mustard, and here you can use Dijon mustard, spicy mustard, but I'm using just regular yellow mustard. Then we're going to add in some garlic powder. Then we're going to add in some herbs de Provence. You can also just use some regular rosemary, but I like this for my poultry. Chicken. Then we're going to add in some brown sugar. This is dark brown sugar, by the way. To this mixture, you also can add some Worcestershire sauce, but I won't be doing that today. And I will put in the comments, I will put in the description the recipe for this marinade. So no worries, no worries, no worries. Next, we're going to add in just a little salt. Been trying to cut back on the salt lately. And pepper. Regular black pepper. Then we're going to squeeze in some lemon juice. All right, time to whisk. Now we are going to pour a little, just a little, in this bowl here, just so we can baste our chicken with as it's grilling. And we are going to dump our chicken into this, let it sit for an hour, but you can do 30 minutes up to 24 hours. I don't think I ever showed you guys how I make my lima beans. We don't eat these often, but when we do, I like to do them on the stovetop. And as you can see, I use the can. I don't use the frozen one, but you really can with this particular recipe. So you spray your pot or pan or whatever you're using. When this gets hot, we're gonna add some yellow onions. And y'all, this is from my freezer garden. This is all I got left, so it's gonna be time to re-up after a while. But for now, we're gonna use what we can. I don't want many onions in here because I don't want that to overpower the taste of the lima beans. But I'm just gonna add them in here. Now we're gonna add in some chicken broth and let it come to a boil. Because I'm using canned lima beans, I don't need too much liquid, but if you were using frozen, you may want to add at least a cup and a half if you're using a pound of frozen. You're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we'll add our lima beans. All right, now that we got a nice little boil on this chicken broth, we are going to add in our lima beans. I've already pre-washed those. I like to pre-wash mine. You choose to do however you choose to do. And in addition to the lima beans, I've cut up some turkey, deli turkey here, and I want to put that inside. Some people like to use bacon. I prefer to use turkey with this, but I love bacon too. And we're gonna let this come to a boil. So I made some more of my cabbage slaw. Lima beans today, sweet potatoes, and waiting on the chicken to get done grilling. Morning, a mango raspberry smoothie with almond milk. Y'all, this pollen ain't no joke. My head hurting. I'm stopped up. My throat itchy. Ooh, it ain't no joke. So my Temu order came in. I had to let it sit for a minute because of all the pollen. Y'all, I'm really suffering from this pollen. But we're going to keep it moving because I ordered some pieces of clothing. Yeah, from Temu. So I don't know. I've never ordered any clothing from Temu. The only other thing that I ever ordered from Temu is 2 sinks that went into my tiny house. They were okay, but you know, we're talking about clothing. And not that I have to be a fashion designer person, because that's not me. I don't have to have the latest, greatest fashion designs by a label. Nope, don't have to do that. I just like to like the product, and I like it to be comfortable and suit the occasion. So we're gonna dive into this big bag of clothing and see if, number one, the sizes are true to fit. Number two, if the material is true to wear. And number three, just the overall cost versus worth. You know, Temu is not an expensive place. So we're gonna see. I'm just gonna see, and I'm gonna share my honest opinion. And if you've had a Temu clothing haul before, then definitely let me know about yours too. So I'm gonna get I'm taking out everything in here, and then we will try it on. This is a pair of pants that I got from Temu, and right off, I will say it's basically true to size. They fit pretty good. I do like them, and I purchased them because they had the little buttons coming down, and I thought that would be retro cute on my New York and DC trip. But the other stuff I have not taken out of the bag. That's a hat that I purchased. I think that's a dress or a two-piece. That's a t-shirt. It says Soul Train. These are some more jeans. This is another hat. I can't wait to try this on. This is a blazer. Can't wait to try that. More jeans. Different style. Not sure what that is. Can't remember what that should be. More jeans? No, I think that's a skirt, actually. Okay, this is a dress. I don't know if it's gonna be true to size. It looks like it's gonna be too tight, but I'm gonna try it on. Okay, I will say that I was expecting it to be just a little bit more giving on the side. I love how the arms are, but it can be a little too flabby, but I can deal with that. I'd rather be loose than tight. Okay, this is a one-piece jumper with no sleeves. Let's see how it fits. And it is comfortable. The length of it I'm not too happy about, but I can live with because it almost can be some culottes. This next piece is a dress, and it actually looks like it could be true to size. It has a belt. It's okay. Yeah. This is a white shirt, and I'm gonna try it on with a pair of the pants and actually this blazer, because this will be one of my outfits without the blazer first. I love how the shirt fits on top. I love the shirt, period. I love how that looks back there. That is cute. I like it. So I am finally getting rid of a lot more things out of my freezer garden. Peppers, onions for one. And I'm going to have to re-up soon. But today I'm going to be cooking some sauteed peppers with red and yellow onions, some lightly breaded pork chops, some broccolis, and I think that's it. I think that's all. I think I have just a little bit more of the cabbage slaw left from yesterday, and I think that would pair well with this. But I'm going to show you how I do my sauteed peppers. So for my sauteed peppers and onions, of course, you have to have the peppers. You can either use all green peppers, you can use red peppers, orange peppers, yellow peppers, a mixture, but choose what you like best. This is what I had left in my freezer garden, so this is what I'm using to use them all up. Red onions and yellow onions, all sliced and diced and ready to go. Inside, we're going to have some red wine vinegar. We're going to have some minced garlic. I'm going to use sea salt. You can use whatever salt you prefer. I'm going to use cayenne pepper. You can also replace this for the red pepper flakes, but I choose cayenne pepper, oregano, regular pepper, and of course, olive oil. And so we are going to get this show on the road. Now, technically, this should not burn. So for that reason, we're going to be adding the garlic last, because we do not want burnt garlic. No, sir. No, sir. I'm going to go ahead and heat up my skillet. I'm putting it on a little over half heat, but during the process, if I see it starting to stick a little or burn, you can either add a little more olive oil and also reduce the heat to keep it from burning. We want caramelized, not burnt. Okay, so we're going to start by heating up the olive oil. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and add our salt, not too salty. Remember, I'm trying to reduce salt in my life. I'm going to add our regular pepper. We're going to add our oregano. Oregano. I'm only adding just a little cayenne pepper, but if you choose to have more heat, you surely can. We are going to stir to coat the veggies with the olive oil and the herbs and spices. And you're going to cook this, stir it occasionally for about 15 to 20 minutes, but you be the judge based on your stovetop. Broccoli, get it washed, and I'm going to cook mine the way I always cook it, steamed with butter in the microwave in a Ziploc bag. All right, let's check on our peppers and onions. They're softening up pretty good. I like that. All right, I think we are good and caramelized. No burning over here. We're going to add in the red wine vinegar. Just going to get that off the bottom for us. Stir it up a little bit. If you're a garlic fan, you can add way more than me. Right there. On the sides. Be cute to serve. But for right now, it has to get out of the way because in come the pork chops. I'm going to heat up some Smart Balance cholesterol-free oil blend for the pork chops. Pepper. We're gonna pour in our broccoli on this side. Ooh, yum! Gonna pour in broccoli on this side. Peppers and broccoli. Ready for the pork chops. Even this out a little bit. There we go. until it's time for me to eat, I'm going to fix me a little green tea. Green tea. As I've come to be in the car wash more often than I had been in the past, I've discovered that it takes about 3 minutes for it to finish the whole complete process. And during that time, I find myself bringing my journal because I want to write 3 minutes of what I'm grateful for or 3 minutes of what's currently on my mind. And that has truly helped me to just release things in the car wash. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Good morning. Well, it's morning where I am. It's currently Thursday, the 27th, and I am all stopped up due to this heavy pollen that's been in our area. And I live around trees. Trees surround my house, so my cars are often filled with pollen and all that type of stuff. But I decided to try something different. Normally, I'll just kind of go and start taking like medical type stuff. You got your different sinus medicines and stuff like that. And I love drinking Theraflu because I like tea. So it reminds me of tea. And they actually do have a Theraflu for sinus, I think. But mine is more on the allergy level, which I'm guessing it'll do the same thing. Anyway, I decided to rub myself down. As you see, I'm a little greasy right up in here. I don't know if you remember the vapor rub, but this is like my go-to stuff for when I'm feeling stuffy and all that. And it really did the job because at one time I was literally feeling like I couldn't hardly breathe. Like the pollen had gotten so engulfed in me and started feeling like it was closing up my throat or something. I don't know. So I quickly rubbed some of that on there yesterday when I got back in the house. And it worked. Like, it worked instantly. So I'm going to try that. And I've been drinking lemon, honey, hot water, lemon and honey. And, of course, tea. I haven't been drinking much coffee because I need this lemon to get in and try to do what it do naturally. But anywho, as I was sitting here, I just needed to explain why I was looking a little greasy and why I'm just stuck in this mode right now, because this pollen has really been high. And as I looked at the news this morning, it's supposed to be even higher. So That's why I try to avoid things that I know that I'm allergic to, that I know will cause a reaction to me, which pets, I know we all love pets, but if you have a house pet, I can't be in your house. And if I do, then, that's a personal choice and I suffer the consequences later. Because every time I do, I end up sounding just like this. Smoke, cigarette smoke, can't be around that. So I try to avoid that in areas of where I'll be and go around that. And of course, I'm not an outdoors person anyway. Like to be outdoors working in the yard and stuff, I don't really do that. But I do have to come and go. We still have to live life. So I thought about getting a mask and just keeping it on, because I remember during COVID, I can't even remember suffering from pollen much because we had to wear the mask. So, hey, that was something. That was something. But anywho, as I sit here and I'm actually drinking my green tea this morning, I've already ate breakfast. I ate a bagel with turkey and fig preserve on the bagel. I I I was working on my part of my business budget, and then I was working on a little bit of my personal budget. I try to lay it out on Thursdays for myself. But as I was going over my business budget and then looking at my personal budget, excuse me, I decided to try to see. I had a question pop up into my head, and that question, and it's probably gonna sound really really crazy, but I do think I'm gonna do an entire video about this, because when I'm trying to make decisions, I like to hear the decision that I'm trying to make out loud. But a question popped up into my head as to whether I should lay myself off. And I know amid the world's decisions to lay different people off, and people are losing jobs and taking severance checks and all of that, it's not a it's not a decision or matter to be joked about. Like, this is serious. The only difference is I'm self-employed, and I have been since I was 35 years old. So it's like I've never even contemplated that decision before. Never even thought about what that would mean for me being self-employed. If it was even an option, is that something I can do? Am I allowed to lay myself off? So just discussing those things in my head got me thinking and researching a few things and doing personal surveys with myself and self-examinations, and I think I'm going to do a complete video about it. So as I sit here, I'm going to continue to drink my green tea. I'm watching a few vlogs, and one of the words that one of the ladies on the vlog mentioned, her name is Lisa, and one of her terms that she used was financial imposter syndrome. Financial imposter syndrome. And I think I have a touch of that. So I'll discuss that in that video. I hope that's something that you will watch when I drop it. But if not, and that's not your thing, then I understand. But most of the time, I do what's on my mind when I'm putting my videos together. I do what's currently on my mind and what need to be let out at the time. I use YouTube as my creative outlet. So that's what has come up, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. This pollen has got me feeling some type of way. Not cooking. Told my husband to bring home some chicken tacos and some nachos. Meanwhile, I am fixing me a not so hot toddy. I'm fixing me a vitamin C bomb. That's the name I'm gonna give it tonight. Vodka and orange juice. The tenant that's actually moving out. So yeah, even the more reason I'm thinking of putting myself on laying myself off. I have a hangnail right there. Will you see it? It's right there. Oh, it hurts right there. I need to clip it. Happy Friday. I decided to come down by our river this morning and just sit because I see that the trees have blossomed and it's really quiet right now. Really quiet. I'm not gonna get out and walk because of course my pollen is about to work in my vehicle this morning. I wanted to come out by the river. Sitting by water is always something that's very serene to me. If my pollen level wasn't so high, I would go and sit on one of the benches right there and just kind of listen to the birds. It's Friday, y'all. We made it to Friday. Sitting out here by the water before I start to work, I was really meditating on just, nobody ever knows when their last day might come of living is what I'm trying to say. And no, that's not anything you want to think about. Oh, look at this squirrel. He's climbing up the tree. Squirrels are always interesting to watch. But yeah, it's like, what would you want your last day to be like? What would you want to be known for? Doing your best, giving your all, helping people, I really don't even know why that came up in my mind. However, we're not going to dwell on that. TGIF, TGIF, TGIF. A barge is passing by, carrying something.
Bonami.
cheerful friendliness. She extends the same bonhomie to everyone, whether friend or stranger. Bonhomie. Almost look like bon homie. See this email that our flight had changed, and this is okay because our trip is not until June, but it says my seats may have changed, and I have to always pick out my seats, so I need to go and check on this. What I love about sitting by a body of water is it actually makes me think. Like, it brings out thoughts in me that I probably never would have thought about if I was just going about my day-to-day life. But for example, as I see people walking in the park, they look so happy, they look determined, they're almost confident that this is something that is going to better them, make them a better person by doing this walk. And as I see people going by, I do try to look at their facial expressions without being eerie or leery of staring at them, but I often wonder what is going on in their mind, the thoughts that they have on their face, the expressions that they have. You know, they don't know what's to come. They don't know what the rest of this day will bring them, but they know that they're doing something right now that's beneficial to their life. And that's how I like to be. Yeah, I'm back at home now, trying to finalize some trip arrangements for our upcoming trip. I have to, I should have received the Amtrak tickets because we decided to kind of add in, my order. I did an order with Monet's money. I ordered some envelopes, so they're shipped. Yay. Okay. That was, you know how you get distracted. You can get distracted, you know. But what I'm looking for is my, I should have a email from Amtrak. All right. So what I'm about to do is go and check out a room because I had another tenant to move out. She has her own place now. I'm happy for her. She's been saving up, doing good. She's been with me for a year, almost a little over a year. And she finally found her a place that she can afford and feels that she could adequately have her own place now. So that's what I like when people, you know, they do rent from me, the boarder house, and they are able to actually do what they have accomplished to do, their goal. I tell everyone when they first move into the, rental spaces that this is temporary. You know, you don't have to make it a long, drawn out stay if you choose not to. You know, for some, a year is very, very long, a long time to be in a boarding house. But thankfully in her room, she had her own bathroom, so she didn't have to share a bathroom or anything like that. But anyway, I gotta go and check out her room, get that set up for cleaning, then put it back on the market for renting. And I have 2 rooms to check out because I had someone else leave as well. But they left owing a balance. So then there's that. Anywho, that's what my morning is going to be consist of. So I'm gonna actually wear a mask today out when I go out, because I have to actually be in the midst of trees and so forth. So I'm gonna wear a mask and go and check out how they left the rooms. Hopefully the one that's been in there a year, you know, I can expect normal wear and tear. The one that was in there for 3 months who left owing a bill, I'm not so sure. So we'll go see. Guys, I'm back from inspecting the 2 vacant rooms and I'm about to enjoy some lunch. It's about 1:45 and I've made me a vitamin C cocktail, as you can see, and I'm going to enjoy that. I have to show one of the rooms tomorrow and go from there. It's been an eventful week. I have done and accomplished a lot of things, and I feel good about it. So in addition to my Captain D's and okra, I'm going to enjoy some of my leftover broccoli and sauteed peppers. You guys, I'm going to Laurel again next week, and I hope there's not a camper on my property again. I know the grass probably needs cutting, so I got to go check a few things out. I may bring you along because I have a plan. And I just may share that with you. But until next time, thank you for enjoying this vlog with me and enjoying my week with me. You have a great day, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And if you are suffering from pollen or allergies or sinus or whatever, let me know what you're doing to keep yourself comfortable, okay? Thanks for joining me, you guys. Bye-bye.